Challengers, David Lipton again. Listen, by now you're really getting all pumped up, excited about, anticipating what the whole outcome of your 24-day challenges, and I really do trust that you are excited and you're anticipating some great results coming out of this. We talk about this whole thing about having a clear vision and a compelling, emotionally compelling reason, but at the end of the day, you also have to have a proven strategy. And one of the things that I've learned, having coached several people through these challenges, including myself, was that I needed a flight plan, and thank goodness, by the grace of God, my wife here is kind of hanging out, watching me make these goofy videos. But one of the things I learned early on was this very simple strategy called a 24-day challenge daily guide. And I don't know what it was about the whole challenge early on when I started this whole thing, but for some reason I just didn't personalize it. I didn't own it. And so it just dawned on me one day that I can actually, besides just checking things off in this thing, I could actually write things down in this 24-day challenge. Now, some of you like the app, which is really cool. I think that it's a cool way to, to carry the 24-day challenge daily guide with you instead of carrying a little booklet. But whatever works for you, I don't care if it's a booklet, I don't care if it's the app, but the point being is you've got something to document. And if you look at the 24-day challenge, you notice that there are several little boxes off to the column, and day 1, day 2, day 3, and so forth. But way to the left of that, the 24-day challenge is 30 minutes before breakfast, and then the snack, and then before lunch, and then lunch, and so forth. What you'll want to do is you'll want to write down something about consistency, and just understand this, that consistency trumps intensity every time. I used to get so frustrated and so angry with myself. I'd skip several days or a day or two with going to the gym or what have you. And to make up for that, the next day I would show up at the gym and I'd be like going hard and, going long and so forth. And now, even though I do some of that stuff on a daily basis, I would just get so angry. And, by going through that, having that reaction, I would simply just kind of hurt myself, and of course then I'd be more prone to injury. Then it would take me, then I would be out of the gym for several days again. So it's just kind of like this yo-yo effect. So the whole deal here is you just got to be consistent. And so one of the things that I would highly recommend is that you be consistent with your scheduling. For example, if you're going to have breakfast at 6:30, then that means that at 6 o'clock you're taking your Spark and you're taking your Catalyst and whatever the other piece of the regimen is, but just do it the same every day during your 24-day challenge. That's why they call it a challenge. The whole thing about consistency and just being on it. So it's going to be very, very important. Just follow the timelines. Write those timelines down. The other piece about it is you're going to have snacks and you're going to have meals and so forth. Well, where it says protein, complex carb, fruit, literally write down next to those items on that daily guide what your protein is going to be. Tuna, complex carb, black beans, or quinoa. What's the fruit? An apple. Okay? So literally write the strategy down. Literally write down what you're going to be eating during that snack, during that meal. And just to kind of keep things simple, if you want to keep the menu the same for the next couple of days, then you rotate in another menu item or another food type. So that way you're not constantly like, oh man, I got to have a different snack, different meal every day. No, you don't have to do that. You just kind of rotate it in and out. And the other thing about having a strategy, for those of you who have flown, and maybe you have, or maybe you've flown very frequently, is understand that when the pilot gets in his plane, he's got this flight plan. And basically part of that flight plan is not only where he's going to go, but what's he going to do in the event that there's going to be some crazy weather ahead, turbulent weather and so forth. And so what he has is he literally has this plan. And if he runs into turbulence, he knows what to do. If it's cloudy, he knows what to do. Work off of his instruments, and the same thing. Well, the same thing's going to happen during a 24-day challenge. What are you going to do? You got to have a strategy. What are you going to do when you're going to be traveling? What are you going to do when you're on that vacation? What are you going to do when there's that whole family event thing going on? Where you're going to visit family, there's going to be a reunion, there's going to be a lot of food, and there's going to be a lot of this and that, and man, you're going to be tempted. Or how about that occasional, and it seems like every time I try to do something like this, there's this company picnic and all of a sudden somebody brings in all the pasta, all the donuts and all that kind of thing. So what's your strategy? What do you see yourself doing in the event that something like that happens? The whole thing has to do with planning. The whole thing has to be, whole thing has to do with being intentional about what is the plan. So once again, what's the strategy? You know, when are you going to eat? When are you going to take the supplements? When are you going to take, you know, what's your snack going to be and so forth? And what's your snack? Okay. And then what are you going to do when these things happen? You know, have that birthday party, or all of a sudden Aunt Bertha's coming over and, you know, she's bringing her potato salad and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, be ready. Play through these, you know, these scenarios in your head ahead of time, so that way you're not, you know, you don't lose the momentum. You don't, you know, get caught off guard. All right. Hey, challengers, continue to slam it. Proud of you. Rock on. And we'll talk to you again soon. All right. Talk to you later.